Pretty soon the goats will have a fresh pasture, even though it doesn't look fresh. It's pretty burnt to crisp, but it'll get them through the next 2 months, hopefully. You can hear how hard the ground is.
I don't know if that one's gonna go through. Here's our water setup. I made a nice fire ring with rocks around it to keep the dogs from knocking it and or the goats. We're using PEX pipe to go up to this. We have 2 full ones. I will have to fill these in the next few days. I'll bring a trailer full of water and pump it in there. We just moved all the girls and the nanny kids to a fresh pasture. This pasture has not seen goats before, but as you can see, we haven't had any rain or anything like that. So it's not super lush out here, but there's plenty here for the goats.
We are definitely in drought conditions right now. It's been, I don't know, probably 2 weeks of solid 100+ degree weather. 3 o'clock in the morning, it's already 90 degrees, 90 something degrees. But for the conditions that these goats are in, they're actually looking really good. Just got to keep them watered, and although it looks pretty burnt up in these pastures, they're finding, you know, the little green there is. It's early morning. We're about to head over and shred down some paths for the electric netting. We got to haul the tractor there and get to work. All right, well, we made it here. About to get unloaded. Got some friends to greet me here. Let's get to work. Well, we started early this morning putting in the fence. Got hot. Probably about 10, 11 o'clock. Got real hot, so we went and called it a day. We're back out here finishing up the rest of this pen. The ground is so rock solid, we are having to drill each one of these poles into the ground. Tyler will demonstrate with this one here in a second. A lot of this bed underneath here is solid rock. So she pulls it tight. We got a 3/8 inch bit on there, probably about 18 inches long. You can hear how hard the ground is.
I don't know if that one's gonna go through.
Give it a couple hits with the dead blow hammer and we're in business. Extremely hot, extremely dry, but we're making it.
Oklahoma, here I come. That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna have the pleasure of pounding these long grounding rods in with this T-post driver. It's gonna be an experience, but we're gonna get them in, get this fence hot, get it hot for the night. We hauled in about 500 gallons or so of water. We have another 500 gallons to haul in tomorrow. Put some more IBC totes, but pretty soon the goats will have a fresh pasture, even though it doesn't look fresh. It's pretty burnt to crisp, but it'll get them through the next 2 months, hopefully. And hopefully the rain starts coming in and we have some conditions change.
Here's our water setup. I made a nice fire ring with rocks around it to keep the dogs from knocking it and or the goats. We're using PEX pipe to go up to this. We have 2 full ones. I will have to fill these in the next few days. I'll bring a trailer full of water and pump it in there. and is utilizing the fresh, cool water until the sun bakes it and makes it hot. You know, so they're hanging out. Nice rock circle. There's Nick.
Check that out over there.
What am I checking? Oh, then, as you see here, we went plastic to metal on the pegs to that float, and then this is my nice stairs. But here's our connection. So we put this on. I tightened that guy up with a whole bunch of tape stuff, and then here's a T, and down here's an elbow. So when we want to flip it, we can just flip it over to this side and connect those two. So we have two at a time going. We just moved all the girls and the nanny kids to a fresh pasture. This pasture has not seen goats before, but as you can see, we haven't had any rain or anything like that. So it's not super lush out here, but there's plenty here for the goats. Old dry native grass, as well as some low shrubbery and trees. So we're out here looking for them now, see where they've ran off to. One of the dogs came from this direction, so this is where we're starting. Oh, there's Butter. So that must mean they're not too far away. Usually he stays pretty close to them. We have found the caprine. This is Tyler Bear. We're on year 3 of summertime drought. Stay tuned next summer to find out if we have to move to Oklahoma for rain, because this just ain't it. Look at this. This is sad. So Oklahoma, Tyler might be coming back. Okay, so we have found the water, and the negative side to this is when they move and they don't know where the water is, a couple hours goes by and everyone gets really thirsty. And so they attack the water trough. And usually someone gets rammed.
It looks like a lot of goats are, you know, this water point's not big enough for 130 goats, but it is. They're just, like Tyler said, they've gone without water for a few hours, and they're all trying to get a drink at the same time. But usually only 5 or 6 or 4 will come up at a time, get their drink, move on, and they'll kind of take turns. But
they have their hierarchy and they know who gets to go first when it comes to the water. So everyone's checking it all out and we'll get filled up on water. This just didn't got rammed, but he's doing okay. He said that hurt my feelings. And then we have Ann. We have a nice symbol, a nice little star symbol with the goats. Get up close and personal and the drinking trough.
we are definitely in drought conditions right now. It's been, I don't know, probably 2 weeks of solid 100+ degree weather. 3 o'clock in the morning, it's already 90 degrees, 90 something degrees. But for the conditions that these goats are in, they're actually looking really good. Just got to keep them watered, and although it looks pretty burnt up in these pastures, they're finding, you know, the little green there is, this ragweed. They're eating this ragweed, they're eating mesquite beans, they're eating these oak leaves. They cleaned up the last pasture pretty good of all the leaves and green, and they started munching on that burnt out grass. So we decided to go ahead and move them. Hopefully this is the last move before the fall. This pasture is pretty big. I really don't know how big it is, but pretty good size. You guys saw how hard it was for us to get this pen set up. We had to literally drill each one of these spikes into the ground with a 3/8 inch drill bit, and it was not fun. What should have took us 2 hours took about 4 to 6 hours. getting set up, but we got our water system set up. We got them moved. They're exploring. We do need to do a round around the fence. We haven't done a round around the fence yet to make sure it was stayed up overnight, but it's staying hot. So another thing that we came into a contact with, or a road bump, was pounding these grounding rods in the ground. We only got them about 18 inches. So eventually we'll have to put in another grounding rod because we had a solid rock bed. But the good thing about these goats is they're very, very broke to this fence. So we can honestly not even turn it on and it'd be fine. They're not going to want to leave this, you know, fresh green that's left pasture.
We gotta do some grooming. Got a few mats.
Set that down quick.
I know.
Fresh, clean. But that's all we had for y'all today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys like and subscribe and share this video along with any other videos. If you guys want to see something specific, let us know. We're staying extremely busy, which is why we've only been able to put these videos out every 2 weeks. We were trying to do them two videos a week, but we've cut down to 1 video every 2 weeks just because it's so hot. Trying to keep cameras cool enough to video content, as well as us just being hot and worn out. It's definitely an everyday job keeping up with livestock and duties and chores, but we will see you guys later.
Brought to you by Drought and Bada Bing.